Hey guys, so today I am here to bring you my 27-week update. It's actually almost 28 weeks because tomorrow I will be 28 weeks, but I am going to do kind of just a laid-back vlog. One, because it was just one of those days where it's like, I really want to be in my sweater and workout shirt and just not care because it's like a really nice fall day today. It's a bit windy, so I'm sure you guys know if you live in a place that has all four seasons. Around the fall time, you just kind of want to sit in your pajama pants and, well, I'm wearing yoga pants, and your sweatshirt and just kind of be comfy. So it's one of those days. And then also, I want to make sure I get this up for you guys because I haven't uploaded in 2 weeks, and I tried to at least get a pregnancy update for you guys every 2 weeks. So we're going to do that today. It's going to be a little bit scatterbrained. I actually just realized that I didn't grab any of the stuff I wanted to show you besides the one thing that's right there. But before I grab that stuff, we'll get into normal pregnancy update stuff and tell you more about Revelin's development and such. So I was using the Bump app, and then I just kind of started to realize that it barely gives you any actual information on your baby's development. It gives you more information on like you and what you're going through as opposed to what's actually happening with your baby, and I like to know what's actually happening developmentally with her. So I went back to the Ovia pregnancy app, which is what I used because I used Ovia fertility, I believe, to track my cycles and stuff like that. So I used that before because I had kind of weird periods because I had low estrogen and progesterone, so I used that all the time to track and kind of see when I was most fertile as well. And then I just decided to try the pregnancy app right after that because obviously I liked the Ovia fertility app, so I thought, why not try the pregnancy one? And I liked it, but there was just a lot going on, and so I wanted something more simpler, and that's why I liked the Bump, but now I'm not so fond of it because it doesn't give me much about what's actually going on with my baby. So after that long explanation, I am going to go ahead and tell you guys a little bit about her development. Right now it says she's the size of an eggplant on the Bump, and it says she's the size of a coconut on the Ovia pregnancy app. So those are completely different shapes. I'm pretty sure once it gets to like these weird big shaped, you know, fruits, that it's more the mass, like how much space they take up is equal to that, not really like length or even weight per se. So right now it says she's between 13.6 and 14.8 inches long. She is between 1.5 to 2.5 pounds, which is kind of crazy. And then with her development, her brain continues at a rapid pace using all the protein that I am getting to build up her cells. She's now packed on enough fat that it is almost able to regulate its body temperature by itself. She is continuing to practice real people functions like coughing and dreaming, and I'm not really sure how to say this word, but in week 27 she had developed her cochleae, I think is how it's said, which is basically the thing in your ear that helps with your sense of hearing. So she now has that as well. Okay, so updates with me personally, and being pregnant, obviously, there hasn't been too much. I definitely am at that stage where I feel pregnant. Like, I have trouble if I like need to paint my toes. It's a little bit difficult. I know I don't look really big at all, but I definitely feel big. It's kind of like a whole escapade trying to get out of bed in the middle of the night to sit up so I can go to the bathroom. So there's that, which is difficult just because as your stomach gets bigger, your body's not used to it, obviously, so it's just a lot harder to get up and down. I have noticed that my breathing has started to get a little bit more difficult. It's very random though. It's not like all the time. It'll just be randomly some days or parts of the day I will have trouble breathing, other parts not so much. I did have my 27-week obstetrician appointment yesterday, and everything went very well. Most of the appointments are very, very short, like maybe in and out in like 10 minutes. They take your weight, they check your blood pressure, then she looks for the baby's heartbeat so that she can hear it, and then she will measure your stomach to see like how big your uterus is, I guess, to make sure you're just basically growing at the right rate for what they gave you as a due date. And so everything was good with that. And my next appointment, which is in 2 weeks now, I think I'm at every 2 weeks I go in now. I'm not 100% sure because it starts with every 4 weeks, then it goes down to 3 weeks. But I think because I had some insurance issues, I missed like that 3-week mark, and I think now I'm automatically at 2 weeks possibly. But at my next appointment, I do the diabetes test, so you have to drink that nasty sugary drink. I have no idea how that's going to taste, so we shall see about that one. Any of you ladies who've had babies and done that test, let me know how bad it is. I did read that asking your doctor for it ahead of time so you could put it in like a refrigerator so you could make it cold was a better option. Maybe some places already have them in the fridge, I'm not sure. But not so much looking forward to drinking that, especially if it's a certain flavor, because I had, back when I first had my ovarian cysts and I didn't know what it was, one of them burst, and I had to get a bunch of tests, obviously, because I was in a lot of pain, because when one of your cysts bursts, it's just very painful. The fluid causes like a ton of really bad pain. But they didn't obviously know it was wrong because I'd never seen it, I'd never had it happen. And so I had a bunch of tests, and one of those things they had to do was a CT scan of my stomach, and I had to drink like 8 ounces of this orange flavored nasty drink. And because of that, and this was my sophomore year, still to this day, orange flavored things just gross me out. And I used to have no issue. It was just because of that one thing that I had to drink that it pretty much ruined the flavor of anything orange flavored for me. So not so excited about possibly not liking another flavor of candy. Though it's probably a good thing if I like less and less flavors of candy, because candy is an issue currently in our house, especially because it's October, so candy seems to be everywhere. Other than that though, I definitely feel her moving a lot more, which is more kind of update with her, but not, instead of just kicking now, I actually like feel her like turn in my stomach. So she definitely moves a lot. It makes me a little bit worried because my mom, with my sister, she had wrapped her umbilical cord around her neck because she moved so much. At least that's the thought process behind it. And when my mom was pregnant with me, because I'm the youngest, she like wouldn't let anyone touch her stomach or try and make me move because she was afraid that the same thing would happen. And so it makes me a little bit nervous knowing that my mom thinks that's why my sister may have wrapped her umbilical cord around her neck, because she moves so much. And Revelyn, I mean, we don't try to move her that much. She just moves a lot. And I feel her like up high and down low, and so it makes me worried that maybe she's even flipping a lot and that possibly she could end up with that. And if they have their umbilical cord wrapped around their neck, you're supposed to get a C-section. And obviously, you don't want to get a C-section if you don't need to. So I'm hoping that if there is an issue that it gets fixed before she comes. Which I don't even know if I have any more ultrasounds, so I'm not sure how they will be able to tell, because it doesn't seem like there are any more unless they find complications. Obviously it's my first pregnancy, I don't know a ton about it, so let me know, you guys that just have gone to like regular obstetricians, did you guys have another ultrasound near the end of your pregnancy, or was your gender ultrasound like the last one? So another update is that my sleeping has definitely pretty much gone to crap. I am feeling very blessed and just very lucky to not have to work at all, because for any of you pregnant ladies out there or past pregnant ladies that had to work and be pregnant, kudos to you, especially if you were still working at the beginning of your 3rd trimester or the end of your 2nd, because I am just so tired. I wake up, a lot of times I'm waking up like every 10 to 15 minutes, not because I have to go to the bathroom, I just am not comfortable, and so I just wake up and then I'll go back to sleep, and then I'll wake up again 15 minutes later, and then I'll go back to sleep. I go to the bathroom at minimum every hour, probably some nights it'll be every half hour, especially if I'm waking up every 10 minutes, just because I seem to have to go to the bathroom more on those nights where I keep waking up, just because you're more like paying attention, because I think as a pregnant woman, anytime you wake up in the middle of the night, the first thing you think is, do I need to pee or no? So sleeping has not been the best. The past 2 nights though have been better. I was at least able to get into a good enough rhythm of sleep that I was having dreams again, which was nice, but it just seems very random. Like parts of the night I might sleep a good 2 hours, and then other parts of the night I might be up every 10 minutes. So it's not so much fun, but I guess it's getting you ready for those restless nights when you have a newborn. So I mean, it's not that bad, and like I said, I feel very, very blessed that I am able to stay home and I don't have to get up early to do any specific things, so I can sleep in if I have a particularly difficult night sleeping. But of course it's always a nuisance when you can't just stay asleep, and I haven't had like a good more than 2 hours solid sleep in several months now, so, but I'm kind of used to that, so that's good. And it's starting to get a little bit hot in here because the studio lights are over there and there's none over here, so I'm sweating on this half and not on this half. Very interesting. probably too much information for you. So now I'm gonna go and grab just a few things to show you guys that we've kind of gotten for baby Revelyn. Not a ton of stuff that I'm gonna show you guys just because I want this to sort of be a brief video. I already hit my like 13 or like 11-minute mark where it stops recording. So it might not be too short of a video. That's not really possible for me. So, okay, so just a few things that I'm going to show you guys is some of my favorite things. And I did see a question about what I was planning on putting her in for her going home outfit. We don't have like all of our clothes yet, especially our newborn clothes yet, so I'm not 100% sure, but the one that I think I'm going to do based strictly upon, one, it's really cute, and two, it works perfectly for having a newborn coming home in such cold weather. So I think this is going to be the outfit that I end up going with, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So the first thing I will show you guys is not the coming home outfit, but this was just really cute. And it says, "Mommy says I'm cute," and it has a little reindeer on it. I think, or a deer. I think it's a deer. Just a deer. But it says, "Mommy says I'm cute," and I just think it's really, really cute. So I'm excited for her to wear that, and that is 0 to 3 months. The second thing I was gonna show you guys is that I got a nursing necklace. And this is what it looks like. For those of you that are curious about them, it's basically made for when they are a little bit older, at the point of they might start getting a little distracted by noises when you're breastfeeding. So this is kind of to try and keep them to stay paying attention to feeding, so they can just play with this because it's got a lot of different textures on it while it's around my neck, so that she tries to stay focused on what she's doing instead of kind of looking around and getting distracted by other things. So that is kind of the thought process behind it. I have seen a lot of good things that I've heard about them from women. Obviously, a lot of them are being made on Etsy too, which is a good sign when things are being made on Etsy, because it usually means that they're actually being used successfully. So I'm hoping that she will like this and it will help with when she starts getting more interested in her surroundings and stuff, so she can keep focused on eating. And then for the going home outfit that I have chosen thus far, is this little shirt. Don't freak out, you're like, that's not warm, Arianna. But this is the little shirt, and it has these little pants. Has these little pants, which are perfect because they have little feeties, so you make sure that you keep her feet nice and warm, because we do live in the Chicagoland area, and if you know anything about Chicago winters, they get very cold, and especially last winter was one of our worst cold Ys. So definitely want to make sure that she stays nice and warm. And then there is this little zip-up sweater basically, and it is 3 months, but I would just be putting it on her to actually go home to keep her nice and warm, with a blanket on her as well and stuff. But just as extra warmth protection, I guess you could say. But it's really, really cute, and it's nice and soft too. So I'm excited. Hopefully this is a good option for her going home outfit. Let me know if you guys have, I don't know, if you guys had winter babies and you live in cold areas, what did you guys bring them home in? I know my mom just said like she didn't really freak out so much about what they were actually wearing, but really just got a good blanket to put on them. So, but we're new parents, so we'll take any advice we can get from you guys, especially having a newborn in winter. It's a little bit more scary, I feel like, when you're taking them home just because it's so cold. And I may have possibly shifted places because I realized last minute I forgot to talk about the thing behind me. So this, I'll just kind of bring it forward for you guys, is something that I would call her my aunt, but she's been my mom's best friend since they were in high school, I believe. So basically I've grown up with her, so she's more like an aunt to me. But her and my mom went to Hobby Lobby not too long ago, and she saw that and thought that it would be perfect for our nursery when we start setting up our nursery in May when we get a house. And it is absolutely adorable. I'm so excited for it. And so it's like a wood basically ruler, so you don't have to write on the wall, and if you move places you can just take it with you. You don't feel like this somberness of feeling like you're leaving an important piece behind because you have all their measurements on the wall, but it's right there, so you can just pick it up and bring it with you. So I'm super excited for that, but you guys won't get to see it in the nursery until May because we are moving into a house then. So look forward to that, and we'll definitely do a lot of stuff on nursery decor and all that jazz for you guys, but it won't be until May because currently we're in a 1-bedroom apartment. So we don't have room for a nursery because it's only our room, which works perfectly if you guys have been following me since the beginning, because she is going to be in a co-sleeper, which we got our co-sleeper as well. She's going to be in a co-sleeper, which is basically like this bassinet that attaches to the bed, and she's going to be in that for about 5 months, is when most people who do like co-sleeping in the same room switch over to a nursery if they decide to. So it kind of worked out perfectly time-wise for when we would switch over to a nursery for when we end our lease here and move to a home. So I'm excited. You guys will get to go along on that journey with us as well. And yeah. And I almost forgot to do the bump shot. So this is my bump. I definitely feel like it sticks out a lot more now, so I like look pregnant. This is from the front. This is from here, and you can see sort of, hopefully you can see it, kind of looks like you can see it. My belly button is starting to almost stick out all the way. It's still partially in, but like it's starting to stick out now. So this is it. I don't know if I'm ever gonna look pregnant from behind, so I don't think I do. You guys can be the deciding factor. So yeah, I mean, that's it for my bump shot. I think that is going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm hoping to try and get more into a weekly habit of pregnancy updates. The only reason I don't is because I'm just having a fairly relaxed, kind of laid back pregnancy. I've been very, very lucky in that aspect. So there isn't too much with me to update you guys on besides her development and such. So let me know, and then also you guys can give me ideas for anything else you guys want to know. Is there anything pregnancy related that you're interested that I am doing, like whether it's hair care or skin care, whatever it may be. I could do a video on those in between weeks when I don't really have much to update on. So let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for all of your feedback and comments. I love reading them. And if you guys haven't checked out our vlog channel yet, then go ahead and check that link below. You guys get a lot more updates on stuff, and you get to see us every day instead of like once every 2 weeks or once a week. And you'll get to see my husband and our cute dogs. So that's always a plus. Cute dogs they're good. So I hope you guys are having a good week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.